Hello, you all. So, here we are in my new home, and something really fantastic happened this morning, and I want to share it with you. So, my sister Charlotte sends me on Facebook a link for a Mr. Ballon, this storyteller she likes, and he's got 3 stories, and she says, I particularly like the story with Susan, so I'll go to have a look. And it's like a 20-minute video, and I'm like, where is the Susan bit, and I'll go watch that. So I do. And it's this story about this woman, Susan Kernhausen. And she had this experience which started off with her leaving work and going to the hairdressers to have her hair done. And while she's there, she picks up a magazine, and she reads a quote, and the quote is referred to in Mr. Ballon, who just reads this quote, and it is, I will not die an unlived life, I will not live in fear. And he just says that, she reads it, and she's like, something in her really resonates. And then the video carries on. She ends up killing a guy, which is not the story I want to be telling. You can go and read her, or watch her story yourself. I want to follow the link of that quote. So where did that quote come from? So I went and I did a little bit of research, and it came from a poem. And here is the full poem it came from. Listen to this. I will not die an unlived life. I will not live in fear of falling or catching fire. I choose to inhabit my days, to allow my living to open me, to make me less afraid, more accessible, to loosen my heart until it becomes a wing, a torch, a promise. I choose to risk my significance, to live so that which came to me as a seed goes to the next as blossom, and that which came to me as blossom goes on as fruit. Now that is the full poem that is just briefly referenced. Well, the author of that poem wrote something about it. Let's listen to that. The poem is a candle that my soul holds out to me, requesting I find a way to remember what it is to live a life with passion, on purpose. There is only enough light to take the journey step by step, but that is all any of us really needs. When you have the courage to shape your life from the essence of who you are, you ignite, becoming truly alive. This requires letting go of everything that is inauthentic. But how can you even know your truth unless you slow down in your own quiet company? When the inner walls to your soul are graffitied with advertisements, commercials, and the opinions of everyone who has ever known and labelled you, turning inwards requires nothing less than a major clean-up. Travelling from the known to the unknown requires crossing an abyss of emptiness. We first experience disorientation and confusion. Then, if we are willing to cross the abyss in curious and playful wonder, we enter an expansive and untamed country that has its own rhythm. Time melts, and thoughts become stories, music, poems, images, ideas. This is the intelligence of the heart, but by that I don't mean just the seat of our emotions. I mean a vast range of receptive and connective abilities, intuition, innovation, wisdom, creativity, sensitivity, the aesthetic, qualitative, and meaning-making. It is here that we uncover our purpose and passion. Now those are the words of Dawna Markova, and she has a book called I Will Not Die, An Unlived Life. It turns out she's got quite a few books. When you go to her website, there's a quote that hits you first thing. I want to end with that. I just want to tell you the titles of the rest of her books. Listen to these. I Will Not Die, An Unlived Life, Reclaiming Purpose and Passion. Reconciliable Differences, Connecting in a Disconnected World. Collaborative Intelligence, Thinking with People Who Think Differently. And A Spot of Grace, Remarkable Stories of How You Do Make a Difference. Now, I can think of 4 books I would like to go out and get right now, because those titles speak to me deeply, and I think there are those on the planet for whom they will also have a massive effect. So here you go, here's the information. There's a really interesting question that she has on her website, Dawna Markova. As you go in, there's a big lovely picture of her smiling and a quote, "Never before and never again will there be one such as you." And the question that she has there is, what was the promise life made the moment you were born? Well, that's it for today. Om Namaste.